They say monsters hide in plain sight. But what if the monster is your own daughter? In February 2024, a quiet Georgia town woke up to a scene straight out of a horror movie. Two loving parents murdered in their sleep. The suspect, their 17-year-old daughter, who had spent weeks online pretending to be the grieving victim. If you've ever wondered what drives someone to seek revenge in the darkest way imaginable, buckle up. Hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready, because this story has betrayal, manipulation, chilling lies, and justice clawing its way out of the shadows. Carroll County, Georgia. A place where people wave from their porches, where Friday night football still matters, and where the worst thing you'd expect is a broken mailbox or a teenager sneaking out late. But behind one particular front door, a storm had been brewing for years. Sarah Grace Patrick was 17. On paper, she had everything: a warm home, a little sister she adored, and two parents, Kristen and James Brock, who had built a life around giving her stability after a rocky childhood. But something in that home had curdled. Friends said Sarah always seemed off, polite but distant, smart but cagey. Her TikTok was full of filters and sad music, but nothing that screamed violence. Nothing that said, "I might kill the people who raised me." February 20th, 2024. Kristen and James Brock are found shot to death in their bedroom, execution style. Their 5-year-old daughter reportedly discovers the scene first. 911 is called. The investigation kicks off. And Sarah, she turns to TikTok. Imagine this. While detectives are combing through blood-stained sheets and shattered dreams, Sarah is posting selfies. Red eyes, crocodile tears. Hashtags like #JusticeForPrince, #broken, #pleasecome. She talks about how much she misses them. How she wants to go home. How life feels like a horror movie that never ends. To the public, it's heartbreaking. A teenage girl mourning her murdered parents. But investigators aren't buying it. Not for long. Detectives start digging. And what they find isn't just suspicious. It's overwhelming. Mountains of physical and digital evidence, the Carroll County Sheriff's Office would later say. The GBI, the FBI, everyone gets involved. There were Google searches that chilled investigators to the bone. A deleted folder containing gun-related images and notes. Encrypted messages between Sarah and an unnamed friend, theorizing how long it would take to get away with something permanent. Phone pings, browser history, TikTok drafts, Snapchats sent and unsent. And one particularly eerie detail. She had already composed the post about discovering her parents' bodies before the murders even happened. What made Sarah snap? Some say it was years of simmering resentment toward her stepfather, James. Others point to control. Her parents limiting her phone time, grounding her, enforcing curfews, cutting her off from a boyfriend they didn't approve of. To most teenagers, that's just parenting. To Sarah, it was war. And in the dead of night, she ended it the way she thought made the most sense. She entered her parents' bedroom and shot them. Point blank. They didn't stand a chance. And then, she staged the scene. Waited. Let her little sister be the one to find the bodies. The manipulation didn't stop there. She made the rounds online. Playing victim. Crying. Pleading. Grieving. She even attended a candlelight vigil. All the while she knew the truth. She had pulled the trigger. They deserved it, she allegedly told a friend online. They ruined everything. I just wanted it to be over. Whether that was about emotional abuse, strict parenting, or something darker, investigators still aren't certain. But in her own mind, Sarah believed she was owed something. Freedom, control, revenge. And she took it without flinching. A week before she was formally charged, Sarah walks into the police station. Collected, almost smug. She turns herself in. But not with a full confession. More like a performance. Even in custody, she maintained her grief-ridden act. Until the evidence began crushing her story, piece by piece. Digital footprints never lie. Social media masks always slip. And this time the mask shattered completely. The town was stunned. A daughter had not just killed her parents, she weaponized the mourning process. Sarah was denied bail. Her TikTok account was deleted. The public outcry was fierce. And her 5-year-old sister, left behind in the wreckage of a story she'll never fully understand. Sheriff spokesperson Ashley Hulsey summed it up best. "We don't know what goes through the mind of a child that wants to harm her parents. Sometimes the scariest villains don't wear masks. They smile at you from across the dinner table. They cry on social media. They play the victim, until justice knocks at their door." This case is still ongoing, but one thing's clear. Even the most convincing lies can't outrun the truth. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and share it with someone who loves true crime. And let us know in the comments. What do you think pushed Sarah over the edge? Was it abuse, mental illness, or just cold-blooded manipulation? And of course, subscribe for more twisted, jaw-dropping Reddit crime stories like this one.